The last step before we're ready to export is sound design. Sound is best saved for last because the timing of the animation changes all the time during production, so adding sounds before the action is locked in will result in redoing work for no reason. I get most of my sounds from freesound.org, which has a huge database of user-submitted sounds. But because it's free and the users are not all professionals, you get a pretty mixed bag. But with enough digging, you can usually find what you need. I then take the sound files and bring them into Audacity, which is where I edit them to fit my needs. I actually recorded most of the sounds that I used for my stick figure animation myself. The whooshes were achieved by flicking a ruler in front of the microphone. The stick figure's footsteps were made by my finger tapping the mouse pad. It's always a good idea to build your sound effects library, keep the names organized, and whenever possible, record your own effects. It makes a difference and helps your animation sound less generic. When the sound files are ready, I import them into Animate and create a bunch of layers on the timeline and name them sound effects. Then I go through the animation and I add all the sounds as I go. When I see an action that needs a sound, I'll place a blank keyframe where the sound should be. I always put it exactly one frame after the action because the brain is used to hearing things after seeing them. If it hears something before seeing it, there's an instant disconnect. If the action is fast, this placement is easy because there's a clear, exact frame. But for slow actions that require a slow whoosh, I'll look for the frame where the action is in full speed and put it one frame after that. When I was just starting out with sound design, I was determined to add a sound to everything, no matter how big or small it was. Every little footstep, head turn, or arm motion. I did that because I wanted it to feel very real. Over time, as I got more experienced, I toned it down a bit, and now I try not to add sounds to actions that aren't really important and that the viewer doesn't really need to pay attention to. Just like leading the viewer's eye through staging, you can also lead their attention through sound. You can get pretty creative with sound design and use it to tell a joke or make something look like something that it isn't. For example, the sound effects add a lot to this joke. The minecart sounds like a race car going down the highway. And here, this regular block sounds like it has a metal door and a keyboard on top of it. And this hammer could be made out of anything, but the sound tells us it's made out of metal. Now that we're done with sound, it's time to edit and export our final animation.